what's up, man? We back. We back, baby. Another
episode,
season
episode
2,
18.
episode 18, man. And we back again here again. We pushing through the COVID, even with the rise in the COVID, man. We pushing through. So, pushing through. We still keeping it moving, man. We not letting nothing stop us, man. Welcome back, man. How was your week, bro?
Good, man. Good, man.
Oh, before we even start, I'm sorry. I'm James.
We're here bringing casual conversation to life. And you asked me how my week was, and a damn good week, man. We gonna get into it in the happy hour, but I think we did all our job on Tuesday, man. Going and exercising our right to vote, and it's more of us, real people in the right mind frame morally than those idiots that's trying to turn this country upside down. So I'm just glad it's been the most people ever in U.S. history that ever voted. So that shows that it's more of us than these crazy lunatics that's trying to turn this country upside down. But other than that, man, great week, man.
Same here, man. Tuesday, and I mean, like I still got it on the TV because they haven't, officially said who won. But we know what it is right now. Now, hopefully, nobody try to throw no salt in the game. They're gonna try to, but hopefully, we prevail in that space, man. And it's been a great week with that, and I every week, I'm good because I haven't tested positive for COVID. So I mean, at the end of the day, man,
Cheers to that.
So, yes. But without further ado, man, because we don't want to talk about us because we got some beautiful guests on the show. We're gonna move forward, and we are our gentlemen on this show, so we always start with the ladies first and do an introduction. So, we're gonna start with the ladies. Kenny, I'll let you do the honors tonight, man. Do you think?
Yeah, well, we got a returning guest, Unique. She was on our second episode. We put the audio out only because we had some technical difficulties with the visual side, but she's a returning guest. We told her we'll bring her back and be able to show her face and things like that. So welcome. If you want, and we also, huh?
I said thank you for the welcome back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back.
Absolutely, and we have a friend.
So introduce yourself and tell us something like spit something positive for the culture.
My name is Unique, and I'm just here to have good conversations with good people. I'm an open book. I love to debate. So I'm excited to see what we come up with during.
Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely gonna be some of that good talking on here. And your friend, Tanisha.
Yeah, my name is Tanisha. I go by T.
Tanisha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just gonna say niche. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself. Promote what you want. If you got anything you want to promote.
Okay. Well, my name is Tanisha. I go by T. I have I actually just got my life coaching certification. So
you said your what?
Life coaching certification.
Oh, okay. That's dope. Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah, certified life coach. A videographer. I also have a mentoring company, which I'll be opening a learning center up next fall. We also have a clothing line called In Time, in which that'll be pushing beginning of 2021.
Okay, definitely. Okay, dope. Hey, I need some gear. I need it. So, and I'm not asking for free.
Hey, listen, we got.
Hey, James. Kenny needs some new gear too with that shirt on.
But yeah, I'm not asking for free. I need some gear, and also definitely if you need some assistance with the mentoring program, please let me know. I work for Park and Recreation, and so we have theme nights and things of that nature. So I'm big on mentoring the youth. So if you need some help or need some assistance in that area, man. And this is volunteer. I ain't looking for $1 for nothing.
Listen, brother, we along the same. I work for Park and Recreation too. So yeah, we here. Definitely gonna talk about this.
Hey, cool. And last but not least, we got my man Sean. I had to go back see Sean. My man, my compadre over here been bringing a lot of Coppin State people on the show. So every now and then I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the shore and bring some, you know, bring you know what I'm talking about, man.
Bring some real on the show.
Yeah, bring some real on the show.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it get more realer than Baltimore, but you know what I mean? Listen.
I mean, they was there,
yeah, man.
You know, with us in the room, they just there.
Yeah.
No offense, shout out to them. They like number 2 on my listen list. So y'all want no smoke.
Yeah, man. This the homie though, man. Definitely been cool with this man for like 20 years. So like, you know, we don't see each other all the time, but the love is always the same. I just
said that, man. 20 years. I said I wasn't gonna say that because it was gonna say how old we was, but you already done me in. Yeah. I just turned 21, contrary to belief, man. Yeah.
Anything?
I appreciate it.
Go ahead and promote what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so I rap, do go. I go by the name Bishop King. I'm everywhere, anywhere that you can find digital music. I also rap for a go-go band, the One Band. We nominated 2 years in a row now for Go-Go Awards. I'm actually nominated for the best rapper this year, the best rapper of the year.
That's dope, man.
And the names that are, man, win, lose, or draw, to me, I feel like it's a win because of the names that's in that category. You got like 32. You got like,
that's my guy, Trey Deuce, 32.
Cool dude, right?
Yeah, that's that's like, when I say that's my guy, that's my guy. That's my man.
You got T-Bob on there. You got some big names that's in that category, you know, and just to me, little old me next to their names just feel like I won already. So win, lose, or draw. But I'm nominated twice. I got a radio show as well, the Party Mode Live. We nominated for Best Radio Show. This Go-Go Radio. Man, I'm actually a community activist in my hood. Not just my hood, but the whole entire DMV. I got a project right now called Don't Shoot, No Shoot Zone. And it's pretty much as we go hood to hood, just trying to get these youngins to put these guns down, trying to stop all negative and, you know, like if we can control the petty disputes, then we can control after the fact, because that's where it all starts, at a petty dispute.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of the day, when the guns start coming out, don't nobody even remember what happened no more. So we can stop these petty disputes and we can get them young and talk to them and show them that, yeah, we've been here before and we can do it, then they probably can do it too. But most of these people ain't got guidance. So No Shoot DC. It's also one in Baltimore. It's funny that you mentioned Baltimore, but that's another one. So it's 2 of them, No Shoot DC and No Shoot Baltimore. And we both 2 local rappers, one from there and one from here. I also do a homeless foundation called the Kings and Queens Project. And our main focus is to just reinstore that kings and queens mentality back into these people who lost hope. They lost family. People look at them, think, oh, they wanted to be homeless. Like, you know nobody's story. You know what I mean? And I myself, I've been homeless twice due to, not my fault, but I've been homeless twice. And I said, it's not going to be a third time. And that's when back then I used to be like, man, he want to be homeless. Who want to be out here? You know what I mean? It's cold outside. Go in the shelter. Right. Your pride and your, you know, who you think you is and what you was and things like that started to play a part. And that mental disease started to kick in real when you ain't got nobody to help you. People walk over you. I would rather go spend my $5 on a bottle of liquor versus helping you eat. You know, it's a lot of those things that us as people don't really think about. So I started that and it's been doing real good. So that's enough about me. But yeah, the Kings and Queens Project, No Shoot for the kids, not the kids, but mainly my Black men, because we've been actually losing a lot of Black women lately to gun violence.
Okay, cool. Definitely let us know how we can assist, how we can help in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like I said, man, one thing Kenny and I always talk about outside the pod is, man, supporting the Black businesses, supporting anything Black right now. You know, we got to build ourselves up. You know what I mean? We've been torn down for a long time, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a lot of years. And, you know, all we know is how to survive. You know, we don't really know how to build like that. So, you know, definitely, like that's why I said, like, whatever we can, however we can help. If you need us to, if the time permits, if we come volunteer. I mean, I know what's going on with the COVID. A lot of people, you know, it's kind of hard right now. But whatever we can do, I know Kenny, that's your man, so I know he'll do it. But you know, if you his peoples, then you my peoples. You said 20 years. I think me and Kenny, we may be 25, 26 years in the game. So
Okay.
So like I said, that's you his people, you my people. So whatever you need help with, I'm with it too.
You know, I live in the hood, so sometimes the positivity, it makes you, to some people, you look bad, right? So I use the fact that I still have a clout in the street. I still can rap about my real life and still get praised for it without justifying murder and drugs and things of that nature. But what I can also say that 90% of my community can't say is I can still have all these things, but yeah, I went to college.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I went to college and I still be trying to tell these young dudes, like, I went to college to get away from my neighborhood. I ain't go to college to be smart. I ain't go to college to do this. I just felt like I wanted to get away, man, and play basketball. But when I got there, it was a whole different ball game, you know. But what's meant for you is always going to be good or bad. You just got to take it. And, you know, like you say, you survive already.
Man, so good to hear, man. I like what we got going on already on the show, man. A lot of things going, a lot of things brewing. Entrepreneurship, man, I like it, man. You know, we don't get to that. So before we start, let me say congratulations to everybody on here, because one thing that I like to do now is give everybody their flowers while they living. We always throw the flowers and the roses and the flowers on the casket as they're going down. So, you know, let's start giving these roses out to each other, and you know, while we're living. You know what I mean? So shout out to all y'all, and definitely, please, I definitely want to, you know, be involved.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. So segueing on into the happy hour, man. Let's talk about the election and how everyone feel. And then even before the election, there was a slight controversy with a couple of celebrities. You know, we already know about Kanye and his wearing Make America Great Again, and we know about Wayne. Well, it was a shocker for Lil Wayne to see him vouch and support and want to nominate President Trump for re-election. And then also Q. And like, you know, me and James had a conversation talking about those three different approaches and how each individual approach, you know, dealing with you know, the presidential election, and then also approaching Trump or Trump's campaign in some sort of way. So like, just wanted to get a feedback on the whole, you know, vibe as far as the election. I can start with Unique and Tanisha about that. Or T, I'm sorry. Yeah. How y'all feel about the election?
Personally, I mean, I feel like it was, you kind of selecting, I mean, it's like bad and worse.
Hey, I understand.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was hopeful for, and that I actually love the fact that it was a Black woman as a vice president. So that alone just gave me hope, because it's a Black woman. And if anything that I can do to support that, because especially being a Black woman, just seeing someone in power, a Black woman in power like that, I mean, you could say that to your daughters, like, look, you know, some of them may not have been born to see a Black president, but even now, and even when they start to remember these things, they see a Black woman, a Black face in the White House, and especially with it being a woman. So I was just excited about, you know, that piece. And Stacey Abrams down in Georgia for getting over 800,000 people registered to vote.
Yeah, that's dope.
The reason why Biden is years now is because of that sister. So
Yeah.
a lot of Black people around here.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just happy because I was at a point where I really didn't want to vote, because if you go back and you look at everything, these people, it's like they're not even for your greater good. But at the end of the day, you have to sit there and say, okay, it's like a relationship. Well, am I going to put up with this and leave this? That's what it's like. So for me, it was kind of bittersweet. And I'm the type of person, like, I'm pro-Black, I'm pro-vote. You need to exercise that right, because they marched in the rain, got attacked with dogs, got beaten in the street like they were nothing in order for you to exercise this right. But it's like, is your right really right?
Yeah,
Is your right really?
that's something.
It
That's
was,
something you said, James.
it even hit a little harder even for us, because if Trump, which we already know he's not going to get back in the chair, thank you God. But if he was to get back into Trump, that jeopardized me and her possibly getting married. So when you think about things like that, it's like, wow, not only do we have to fight day after day being Black women in America, Black men, but now you're jeopardizing something that's really sentimental to a section of people.
Right.
This
Right.
sweet vote for me. I went and voted, y'all, because you know I wasn't finna get me. Y'all see me voting, but it was bittersweet for me. I will say that.
Okay. Well, we're glad you voted, man. Like, I know that because Maryland is a Democratic state. You know, people always say, man, my vote don't mean anything because we're gonna win this state anyway. But you know,
I've been hearing that.
So
Bishop,
how you feel?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey man, I'm listening, man. Talk.
You say be honest, so I'm gonna be completely 1,000% honest. I don't agree with neither one of the candidates that submerged to the top. I feel that both of them are still racist. They've both announced publicly in so many ways that they're racist. Although I am happy to see a Black woman face, but she's just a prop. Of course, she was only chosen during COVID, so she wasn't even an ideal candidate to begin with. Not to mention, I don't like her character because she had innocent Black men locked up on death row knowing that they was innocent and still blocked the evidence. So if she can do that to innocent people that we've never even heard of until she started running, what you think she can do to us? So I know her job is a prosecutor. That's her job. That's her career. I don't hate her for that. But to actually put somebody on death row, knowing they're innocent, and you basically watching them die if it wasn't for the Supreme Court to overturn that. So I felt some type of way about that. I felt some type of way about Biden saying that he didn't want his children to go to school with Black kids because they was going to be in the jungle and things of that nature. He lied his whole career. He plagiarized the Kennedys. Like he did a whole bunch of things. Not to mention, I got 2 daughters, and him and Trump both got at least 6 to 7 open sexual assault cases. You know what I'm saying? It's all of that in one. But then I hear people, people died for us to vote. People got beaten for us to vote. They marched countless days and months and years for us to do this. But then when you go vote and you see Democratic and you see Republican, but then you see liberals, and then you see, independent candidates. And I heard a lot of my peoples that I know was like, man, I ain't voting. He got this in the bag already. Well, if that was the case, you still got other things on the ballot for your city, for your district, for your school, for your this, for your that. And everybody like, well, I ain't voting. You a puppet if you vote, or you this and you that if you vote, which more people try to sound educated, and the more stupid and ignorant that they sound. So like right now in DC, they just legalized mushrooms.
Right.
And you probably, a lot of people, I didn't even know they still was doing mushrooms until I went and did my ballot, right? And then in Oregon, they legalized crack.
Yeah, they decriminalized it. Yeah, they decriminalized it. Yeah.
I mean, you get locked up with it, you ain't going to jail. You know what I mean? Things like that. So people are voting on this stuff, which can possibly, if that was here in DC, that could possibly affect your kids.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that people don't put into play because they don't want to seem like a puppet or, okay, well, you do got, like she said, you got the worst and then the lesser of the worst. You got to choose the best of 2 evils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since I've been alive since the 80s. And even with Obama, I haven't had a party that actually was for my neighborhood.
Gotcha.
During election time, I've never seen a presidential candidate come into my neighborhood. I've never seen a city councilman, unless he lived there, like Marion Barry or Taylor White, actually come into my neighborhood. We got potholes. Only time they come in my neighborhood is when they putting up police cameras. or traffic cameras. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think about that, but they don't think about it because they thinking, well, if I vote, then it's just gonna put a racist person in it. But we go work for racist people. We work with racist people. We go shop with racist people. We eat with racist people, but you're not gonna vote for schools and potholes and cameras and all these other things that can control your neighborhood. Because technically, if we don't win the House, we're not controlling the White House anyway. But you still have to voice your opinion. You cannot sit back and say, hey, James, man, they ain't do us right. But you like, Bishop, you ain't need vote. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? So I try to tell them that, man. They like, man, you a puppet. I know you on the radio. I know you in the go-go. You trying to do this and that. But I'm just trying to do what's right, man.
For me, man, I'm just like, I mean, like I said, we already know we really want Trump out of there, especially when he told everybody, when he told stand down and stand back. I mean, the one thing that I do appreciate, because he's entertainment. I don't care how people feel, he's entertainment. The one thing I do appreciate is that now I don't got to worry about the closet racists. I know who you are now.
Up front.
They all came out.
But it's still messed up. I think this election still showed how divided we are as a people. You know, when you like, you know what I mean? Like, I get the Democrats and the Republicans. I know those are the bigger parties, but it's just like, man, you know, when are we going to really actually sit down and come together and actually just do what's best for the people? You know what I mean? Like, even as you sit here and see him say, you know, this was rigged and everything like that. Shout out to the mail. Shout out to the mail. What is it? The mail-in ballot. Shout out to them though. But you know what I'm saying. But just to hear him say that he felt like it was rigged, things like that. Just to hear him say things such as, you know, don't stop Pennsylvania, stop counting in Pennsylvania, but keep counting in Nevada and everything like that. You know, in Arizona. You know, because we'll win. It's just crazy. But I just, you know. It just goes to show that when we put our mind to it, we can come out here and do something. But it still shows how divided of a country we are. Like, you know, it's no middle ground. It's this or that. It seems like it's really no black and white sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of scary because, like, you know, they just don't, because you don't want to see a Democrat win. You going regardless of how bad it is, you're gonna make sure you vote. But I look at it from this standpoint too. One thing that I like, even though the Trump supporters, it's bad the way they are, but to support the way you are regardless, and that shows a lot, man. And I think as us as you know, as blacks, we got to do that too, man. We got to support each other, some shape, way, form, or fashion. Like, I mean, we've seen all the things that's going on and the crimes and the police brutality, the fight against, you know, Breonna Taylor, you know, Ahmaud Arbery, like all those things, and they still support me, you know what I mean, and things like that. So, you know, it's just kind of, yeah. So it's just like, you know, I think that, you know, I think the one thing that is helping us too is social media because we see it. It can't be hidden. You know what I mean? Like they said, the revolution will be televised. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, you know, they still haven't announced the winner, but hopefully, you know, Biden, even as everybody says he's a lesser two evil, I hope he wins. I was looking at Plies. One thing he did say, man, and whether she's a prop or not, it's a black woman. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen history. You know what I mean? Like, Obama took a risk and put Biden, I'm not going to say a race. Obama put Biden, it chose Biden as his vice president, and Biden turned around and chose a black woman. That's big. You know what I mean? So especially Hillary not winning, you know, because people weren't ready to see a woman be a president. Now we have a vice president that can possibly be a black woman. The first vice president is a black woman. And I understand what you're saying, Bishop, about some of the things that she's done, but
James, it's funny that you brought up Hillary Clinton because because of her and Joe Biden, our community was going to jail for 20 plus years for crack.
Yeah, but you know why though, right? I mean, you know, I don't know if you guys have sat down and got a chance to watch the documentary on the 13th Amendment.
Yeah, I watched it.
And if you get a chance, definitely watch it. I
recommend if you got kids, watch it with your kids too.
Yeah, it dives in deep. At that time when they was doing that, that was the thing that it's always something in a presidential election that gets you a vote elected. And at that time, crime and the war on crack and drugs was that thing at that time. You know what I mean?
Hey, it was new.
Yeah. So, but one thing I hope that people start doing is, it's not about really the presidential election. We definitely got to vote on the smaller sections, smaller sectors, man. So I hope when, it's that time again to vote for everybody on a smaller sector, we do our research and we don't just vote just because it's Democrat or Republicans. Because I'm not gonna sit here and lie, and people may say something about it, but it's all good. I know I have a little bit of Republican views, and me and Kenny talk about it all the time. He always say that I got some Republican in me, but it's certain things that I don't agree with that Democrats do. One thing that I hope happens in the future is that we get younger in office. You know what I mean? I think some because of their older, it is what it is, and they stuck in their ways. They stuck in their ways. So that's it. But I definitely voted. I definitely voted Democrat. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think Trump is doing a great job. You know what I mean? Of course, we can tell things that are happening and things that he do. He's running it like a business, and that's just sometimes you don't run it like that. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is he's not even a politician, so he's running it the way he wants. But what I will say is he did it his way. He did it his way.
I will say he did. I'm not gonna say what he said he did more for black people since Abraham Lincoln, but
man, that was crazy. Yo.
What I would say is he's the most direct president I've seen in my lifetime when it comes to how he feel about people, their race, their sex, their whether it's homosexuality or black, white, Puerto Rican, Indians, whoever. He will come out and tell you, like, I don't like you, bruh, or sis, or whoever you go by today. I don't rock with you like that. But you better go vote for me because I've done more for your little black head gay self than anybody. You know what I mean? He would say that, and then people people like us would be like, we'd be at awe and be like, did this? I know you say don't say this, but this nigga just say that. But then they go, now you got 70 million people who voted for this dude, which means when you voting, like you just say, I voted Democratic because I don't think he's doing a good job. You mean to tell me 70 people really can agree with the job he's doing, or they just voting because they feel the same way he feels?
They vote out of hate. They vote
but I've also heard people say they voting. No, not to cut you off, Kenny, too, but I also heard people say they voted Republican because, like, me and my homeboy was talking. He was over the house before I started the pod. He said, depending on what my money look like, I'm voting Republican. So, I mean, like,
you can't sell your soul.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand certain things, but I don't, like I said, I don't like that. I'm never gonna say it now. I just call them 4-5. You know what I mean?
They'll say that. They'll say that and then die for a street they don't even own.
Yeah. So, but on to you, Kenny. I'll let you speak on it, man, because I know you love to talk about this stuff.
Nah. I'm gonna be quick, man. Like this will be my last time being a registered voter as a Democrat. I think I'm gonna be an independent because I think it's time now to make the parties earn my vote.
I voted independent too, Ken.
Yeah, so I think I'm really young. Like I was going to change, but they say it's better to wait after the election. So I didn't want to screw this presidency up. We need to get Trump up out of there. But that was me. And the only thing that made me I could think of that brought me to the polls was how serious Biden took the coronavirus. And Trump not taking it serious. Like Trump is just like, well, this shit like the common cold. If you catch it, if you live, you good. If you don't,
drink some bleach.
So drink some. So like, that right there solidified it for me to support Biden and just submit my vote for Biden. Only because of how serious he took the coronavirus. Other than that, I've probably been just voting on the local issues in my city and stuff like that. So. But I feel each and every one. Everybody said I agree with everyone on this topic, though.
I think, my bad. Ladies first.
I do want to say something though, and I do have a different type of opinion when it comes to politics and all of those other things. And I'm really big on making sure that you vote for your local officials because those are the ones who really affect you more than the president and everything. Yeah. But regardless of whoever's in my household, whoever, I may be out influencing, I'm going to be the person influencing them. I'm going to be the one out there making a difference. I can't expect my local official, like you said, you don't see anybody coming to your neighborhood and it's not working. I don't see nobody coming there. The kids that I come across, I don't see nobody there. So I feel like it's up to me to make sure that I'm making a positive impact in their life and doing all of these things. And I feel like we as people don't do that enough. We sit there and point fingers at everybody else and people that's in leadership positions instead of us actually taking those leadership positions and making changes. We don't have to wait for elected officials to make changes in our own neighborhoods when we can do it ourselves.
Right.
If we want to play the game and point our fingers at somebody else, or point the finger at this person and that person, instead of just saying, hey, look, I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
You're right, because at the end of the day, they're our servants. Not to say that, I mean, I know that's a bad word to say, but they are our servants. They are the community, like you here for the community. So when I come to those town hall meetings, when I come to all those things, you need to, like, listen, what you talk about, you need to practice what you think. Like, listen, I voted because of what you said, so now I need to see action. So you're right, see?
Nah, but here's a disconnect though. Like, these politicians expect me to come to the town hall meetings, but you gotta come to where I'm at to get my attention to come to those town hall meetings. Like what Bishop was saying about Taywan White. I know who he is. I'm not even from DC, but I know he's a politician. He's in Ward 8. He's a councilman and everything like that. But he went to where majority of the population, the young black culture
you
is.
can actually walk outside sometimes and see him walking through your neighborhood by himself.
But I do think
with a suit and Jordans on.
Yeah, but I do think what T said is important. Even though they need to come to our neighborhood now, we need to force their hand. Like, we need to go.
I look at it like it's almost like when they used to say, if you want to fool black people, put it into a book.
Yeah.
And the reason that they say that is because you wasn't meant to read or write.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like if you don't know about it, you can't do nothing about it. So I'm not going to tell you about it because I don't want you to show up to the meeting. So when things go down, and only thing I can come back with you is you wasn't at the meeting.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's a trick.
But at the end of the day, like I said, and I don't mean to cut you off, Bishop, but like T said, so what you supposed to do is you supposed to tell the people in your hood, listen, this is how we get this done. We also have to take some accountability ourselves. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like you said, all this is, the thing about it is public record. You know who your councilman, your councilman or councilwoman is, the town hall meetings are public record. Everything is, like, for example, I work for Park and Recreation, and they're doing zoning, they're changing up things and things of that nature. They're showing it. They put a book, they put it out, and they put like a like, you know how you walk by, you open up the little booths and you can pull out like the newspaper. Yeah, we got one of them. Yeah, we got them in front of our center. They're putting those out. They're at the libraries. We have to eventually stop saying, hey, you want to hide something from it. We know that. So if they already know that that's what we're doing, let's show up. Show them that.
My main thing about when I was listening to the debates and just watching the commercials and things of that nature, when it came to police brutality and killing the black folks, unarmed teenagers and men and women, whatever the case may be, right? We have Obama, who placed a bill in place to protect the police from violence against citizens. But out of we on number 46, and not one of them placed a bill in place to protect the citizens from the police. Not one. That's one thing. And the second thing is that one thing right there is kind of deep though. Like, 46 presidents, some of them did double terms, and nobody had placed a bill. I mean, they've been killing us since Martin Luther King was alive. Yeah, it wasn't on cell phones back then, but we could still see the footage. They was killing us when Malcolm X was here. They killed Malcolm X. Kinte was alive. They killing anybody who fight back, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't put a bill in place because it's not meant for us.
But you know what? One of my homeboys said one thing, and it resonates with me all the time. as us, we gotta get to the point where we able to give up a little to gain a lot. We already gotta understand that this is not
what do we have left to give up?
But what I'm saying is, the thing about it is, you know, like for example, I've seen people make jokes already. I'm gonna vote for Biden, but he's gonna raise my taxes. I want to vote for Trump because he's gonna give me that stipend. So what are we gonna give up? Like that stipend is $1,200. But I'm just saying we gotta get to the point where we stand as one.
Think of the 18-year-old right now who just turned 18-year-old. He no felonies. He got a minimum wage job. Raising his taxes ain't gonna do nothing to his life. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? He's making minimum wage as it is. So he probably not even gonna be in that tax bracket to raise his taxes for it to make an actual difference in his life. What do he have to give up, or what does he have to gain by voting for these presidents who basically don't even see him as a man?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but like I said, man, it's just one of those things, man. Like I said, we can talk.
We don't have nothing. Yeah, all day, but we don't have nothing. What I'm saying is, our community, like, think about this. Larry Hoover said, and he was talking about streetwise, but he wasn't talking about voting. He used the frame, and Kenny probably can back me up on this. He says, all the real niggas got to get together. The real niggas from every black city have to get together. But he was talking about taking the streets back and teaching these dudes. Just think about it. All the thugs, that's what they call them. All the street dudes, all the thugs, all the people who are not registered to vote, who really don't even think about it. And they outside, you walk outside, you see them every day, you see them in the club. Just think about over 800-some-thousand new voters in Atlanta, down there in Georgia. Just think about if you add all of the 200,000 plus, that's 1 million people who never voted before would have came out. Just the street dudes alone in every black city would have made a tremendous difference.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think that, you know, one thing that I think California did, and I could be wrong, but the one thing they did that I think was dope was, once you do your time, man, you get your voting rights back. That one time,
I think it's like 7 years.
Yeah,
depending on the charge.
But like I said, we could talk about this all day, man. We can make this a whole show. We got some other things we gotta get to. With that being said, I mean, we gotta move on. But you know, I like the way we're going, man. You know, the happy hour over. So let's get into this thing. Like I said, we was talking about the versus battle. And it's always ladies first on some things. I mean, I might come to Bishop first on the first round, or
I'm a ladies first type of dude anyway.
Okay, but when we talk about the verses, so you know, I mean, I just want the answer. You only got to explain why you're gonna take this person or not. Just tell me this person.
Just think about their catalog and then go.
Like, don't even say this is the reason. I don't need none of that. Just tell me why. So at the end of the day, you know, the versus battle, you know, we doing it, you know, T.I. and Jeezy's coming up November 19th, I believe. I think that's gonna be real dope. We talked about it last pod, so we're gonna stick with this. We're gonna stick with that theme. So versus battle, man. Who you got, Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston? Yeah, I'm gonna start with you, T. Yeah, I'm gonna start with you.
Look at their face. Look at their face.
She almost fainted over there.
They both said, "Ooh."
Yeah, so let's go. Don't even listen, man. First instinct.
It has to be Whitney, though.
Okay, Whitney. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Miss you.
Unique.
Don't insult me with that question. It is Whitney.
Okay. Bishop.
Yeah, I'm going with Wiggy Houston, man. Wiggy Houston, man. Like Birdman said.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Hey, Whitney, man. Whitney Hutton.
Yeah, Whitney Hutton, man.
I ain't gonna pick nobody.
Oh, come on, man.
He must be trying to get on Wildin' Out or something. He know he want to say Whitney.
Yeah.
I just, like, you know, listen, man, I ain't gonna pick nobody.
Oh, man. Don't do it like that, man.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna go with the majority and go with.
But you voting just to vote. Look at
I'm gonna go with the majority because of wit, but because we, like I said, I'm gonna go with wit, but Mariah got some bangers, man. And I just can't sit here and say it's just like boom Whitney. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
Whitney,
gonna say.
Whitney don't gotta go past the Bodyguard soundtrack.
Man, listen.
Full soul. I was in the wooden church with the floor moving while they was singing to the Lord.
Now we gotta find Stevie J and ask him about Mariah, because I can't tell you. I can't
Let me tell you, man. Hey, and don't.
I mean, she got
Don't
some
disrespect
hits,
the hood card though. Don't disrespect Mariah hood card. She rode around with Cam and them. You know what I mean? She got some music with ODB too. Listen, don't disrespect the hood card,
She
man.
got paid for that, man.
Hey, listen, man. She ain't no Cam said.
Now
Listen.
she got some hits. You know what I mean? Even before them, she had some hits.
Yeah. But
I still go with Whitney.
Cool. Hey, man, I ain't mad at that at all. So let's get to this round one. We get into round one. With that being said, man, what everybody drinking? I start off. I'm drinking Terramana. That's the Rocks new tequila, and I got the Reposado. It's good, man. It's smooth. It's not even that high price. Very smooth. I'm drinking it straight with just ice, and man, it tastes like water. Man, it's smooth, man. Like listen, man.
Boy.
Listen, man, I'm drinking it. Listen, man, this Terramana, man. This is the bottle. I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, man, Terramana, man. Man. It ain't even that high price, man. It's smooth as I don't know what.
He said it gets you, yeah.
It's smooth, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I took a shot of it. I was cool. And I just the FYI, I'm taking a shot every day because this is my birthday month. So
it's good for the heart.
Yeah. Happy birthday
month.
That's what they say, right?
That's what they used to say. One shot a day, good for the heart. Keep it locked
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, T, what you sipping on if you sipping?
Moscato Martinua.
Okay. Unique?
I am on mimosas.
Okay, you making brunch drinks.
Yeah.
You brunch ready. You brunch ready. Bishop, I don't know if you drink because I know you got a show and everything like that, so I don't know how you moving.
Oh yeah, I gotta get ready for the show. I got the hen Douce.
Okay.
That's the Henny mixed with the Douce.
Yikes, man.
You, bro.
I ain't gonna even hold you. I can't even drink Henny no more. That joint don't do me right no more, man. I gotta drink whiskey and tequila, man.
You went deeper than regular old cone. You went from France to speaking Spanish. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Kenny, what about you?
Casamigos, man.
Casamigos, man. That's my other thing, man. That's my other tequila. Yeah, that's my other tequila, man. That's that George Clooney.
Absolutely.
Hopefully one day you'll be drinking Kenny and I drink, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we got.
Oh yeah, we working on that. Yeah,
hopefully y'all drinking one of our bottles, man.
I buy a couple of them, put one on the shelf for just because.
Appreciate you.
Special occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, appreciate you. Yeah, we hopefully in the next couple of years, man, we be celebrating now whatever year it is with our bottle, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't function like that. My bad. You said hopefully, or we going to be drinking it?
No, matter of fact, we going to do it. We going to do it. Yeah. I like that, T. We going to do it. Speaking into, you know what I'm saying, the fruition, yes, we're going to do it.
We going to do
it.
So, Kenny, man, what's that round one looking like, man?
All right, here go the first round question that I pulled out of the shaker, man. If you take sex out of a relationship, what keeps a man or woman interested?
You, Kenny, who you want to pick, man?
I'm going to repeat the question.
You know what? I'm going to go with Bishop. But you repeat the question, but I'm going to go with Bishop, man.
If you take sex out of a relationship, what keeps a man or woman interested?
And the reason why I'm going with you, Bishop, man, because you know what they say is, I know women like sex just as much as men, but they always say men are nature and women nurture, and we are the creatures we are the sexual being. That's what we do. We all physical. So, you know what I mean?
It depends. I mean, for me, I can only speak for myself. If we was to take sex off the table, it would be everything, because when you first meet her, you 9 times, I'm gonna say 9 times, maybe 8 times out of 10, y'all ain't have sex at first. Something drew you to her. You know what I mean? So for me, it's ambition.
Gotcha.
It's her being nurturing and caring, and you know what I'm saying. Her thought process, things of that nature, turn me on, man. Like that's gonna make me want to get it. I like a nice body and all of that, but your brain and that ambition and you know what I'm saying, your beliefs, your thought process, how you treat other people, it's a lot of things with me. So yeah, that's gonna make me want the sex though. So we're gonna have to somehow sign a contract to get it back.
I bet. Okay, I like those answers. Unique. No, let's go with T.
Yeah, because I need
She need to think a little bit.
Cause she wanted, cause really Unique want to know. She want to know what you think about me.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. Now, for me, it's just well, for me, it's just a woman who knows how to carry herself and kind of hold my attention. And like Bishop said, just being ambitious. I mean, I've dated women in the past who weren't really ambitious, kind of settled. I'm not that type of person. I'm a go-getter. And I tell her all the time, like, it's your time to be selfish right now. We technically don't have kids, so it's your time to be selfish. So whatever she chooses to go for, and same thing, she's very supportive of me with that. So I definitely would say just, you know, a woman who's ambitious, and it's more so a cerebral thing for me. If you can hold mentally, I mean, the physical, you know, it is what it is. But if you can hold my attention mentally, then
that's somebody that's holding you down too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Unique. Now it's your turn to talk. Let's hear what you got to say, my lady. Because you was all looking at T like, well, I need to know what's going on.
Outside of sex, I would definitely have to say somebody who is going to be there for me at my weakest point. I need to know that when I am down, when I feel like I can't do it no more, when I'm talking down to myself, you're right there. You're picking my crown up every time. One thing that she does is even if she sees me walking with my head down, she'll lift my chin up and say, don't do that. You're a queen. Just those things to motivate me and let me know that I hold that place in your life. Somebody that can exercise my mind spiritually. I know that outside of the world, when I come into my house, I want to be in a safe spot, a happy spot. Somebody that I can talk to and communicate with. Communication, definitely. It's like, I don't want to argue with you. If I can't come to you and tell you what's wrong with me without it resulting in us facing opposite ways when we're in the bed, what are we doing? I always want respect for you, and I always want you to have that different type of respect for me. So outside of sex, definitely that.
Yeah. Affirmations. Okay. Affirmations. Yep. You know what? And you said that on the show that you was on last time. You know, you did talk about that. You ain't changed a bit. Okay, cool.
Hey.
Kenny, I know. Kenny, I know you 7 years in or 8 years in, right? In your marriage. So you know what I mean? Like I said, man, so you crossed the threshold. So for you, what was it? You know, what is it? You know what I mean? For you.
Yeah, what was everything at the beginning. Like when you take sex out of it, I'm leaning on everything at the beginning as far as the funniness, the go-getter, what are your dreams, your aspirations, things that I might not be into that you sold me on and I'll try for the first time. Those type of things is the things that draw me in. Even like her knowing my weakness and being my strength and my weakness and teaching me how to, be better at that or whatever it is. Those are the type of things that, when you get in that bedroom. Those are the type of things.
It makes it all that much better, right?
All that much better. Yeah. All that much better.
That's dope. So okay, so I guess it's my turn, right? Listen, leave me alone. So now
you was going to do this shit.
Nah, but You know, I guess let me get in touch with my sentimental side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me be transparent. Nah, but real talk, man. For me, one of the biggest things for me is vibes, energy. You know what I mean? Vibes and energy. I'm big on vibes. If we vibe together and our energies match, you know what I mean? That's big for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I need somebody that just allow me to be me and understand me and know who I and understand me and know who I am. So I need somebody real talk. I really for me though, like I said, vibes. Like if I can vibe with you, because I'm big on energy and I'm big on the vibe. If I feel like the vibe is off, I feel like the energy is off, I'm gonna fall back or I'm gonna shut down a little bit. Because like for me, like if that ain't right, then everything else is off for me. Energy.
It's like you can get sex anywhere.
Yeah, energy, and then for me, knowing who I am, like, and what I say about knowing who I am, just understanding me as a whole, in the sense of, like, for example, and this is an example. Let's say just I come home every day, and I give you a kiss and I smack you in your butt. That's just my thing every day. But this one particular day, I came home and I didn't do that. So for me, it's like, don't say, well, I ain't do it. Know who I am. You know what I mean? You know that, oh, something's wrong. What's good? You all right, babe? You know, just picking up on those things. You know what I mean? That lets me know that you're paying attention to me and who I am as a person. And then allowing me to be who I am, and accepting my flaws. You know what I mean? We're not perfect. We're not perfect. So because we're not perfect, just accept no flaws. And some things I'm not asking you to accept if they're negative and it makes you feel uncomfortable, but to the point where you're like, okay, I know he does these certain things, and this is what comes with him. You know what I mean? Because you got to accept the person as a whole. Right. Everything is not going to be perfect. You know what I mean? But when you get to the whole, when you get to me as a whole, then you expect you bang with me, you rock with me, and like you said, like everybody else saying, just having my back, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like the ride or die thing, I get it, but like just really having my back, really being there when the chips are down and you got me. Like you said, like what Unique said, when T see her down, she lift her head up, babe, you got this. You got it. You good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And those are the things that makes me like want to be around you more and more and more. You know what I mean? And you know, just and then like I said, see, for me, like I said, if I got and like I like being myself because I don't like walking on eggshells. I have to walk on eggshells around you. It's uncomfortable. It makes me feel weird, and it throws off the chemistry that you and I have. So I'm big on that.
Okay.
I got a question real quick for you guys. Do you think, like, as far as from a male's perspective, do you think that women do not allow you all to really be emotional and don't give you that emotional support? It's almost like, you know, us women look at you like, okay, yeah, you can't be emotional. You can't do anything. I don't take the time out to see how you really are feeling. I say, hey, babe, how was your day? Cool. But I don't really dig into like, oh, what's really going on? How do you feel? Do you think that you come across women, you know, if you're single or not or whatever, even in your relationship, do you think that you come across that from time to time or on a regular?
I'm gonna speak first, and the reason why is because the funny thing about this, that you say this, T, Unique was on the show when we talked about this, and question and what I brought up as an example was, I can't even think of the name of the movie right now. That's crazy. John Q.
Mm-hmm.
So the son, of course, was playing baseball, and he had something was wrong with his heart and everything like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. He fainted or passed out and everything like that. The wife came to him and said, "Fix it, fix it." He didn't have a time. He didn't have a chance to internalize what was going on. He didn't have a time to grieve. He didn't have the time to sit down and, you know, try to figure out what we can do. She was like this: "My son's dying, fix it." So the only thing he knew to do was hold up the hospital. He was going to jail for it, you know, and everything like that, I guess. You know, I can't remember the whole movie, but that was one of the things that I put up, because the thing about it is, the gentleman that was on the show at the time, he said that men, we don't have emotions, we have emotions. So we've always been built to fix everything. So that's just our common thing. Like if somebody says something's wrong, we fix it. We think logical. You know what I mean? So yes, most of the time we do come across women it's like, oh well, and I don't want to categorize all women, but when you said that, it's just one of those situations. Yes, for the most part, and I think the men on the show can attest to this. It's just like that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
after you bring up John Q, I don't even know if I should. I can't go against that man.
Yeah. But like, it was just fix it. It wasn't, damn, babe, what we gonna do? How let's do this together. She was like, fix it.
That comes from our community though.
Yeah. And it was just one of those situations where we just got to stand tall no matter how we feel. We don't get to show our emotions. I mean, from the beginning, when, we all, have men in our life that told us, when you cry, when you fall, don't cry. You all right, suck it up. Are you a man or you a mouse? So we've already been wired.
My whole take on it is, I feel like, to be perfectly honest, if you're not in touch with your feminine side as a man, you're not a complete man. That's my take on it. Like, you got daughters, how can you relate to your own kid? You know what I mean? If you can't feel a certain type of way, how is she supposed to know that her man is actually emotionally attached to her and feeling her if he can't console her when she needs to be consoled? How could you do, if you marry, like Kitty, he's married, how could he console his wife if he can't show his other side to let her know, hey, I feel you, I'm here for you, I got you, without looking, without being a sucker or whatever the case may be. I always felt like if you know your worth as a person and as a man, can't nobody tell you nothing or treat you different than how you gonna allow them to. That's it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So if that was my son, if it was John Q, I mean, I seen the movie. You can't go against the man, but yeah, and you know how men feel about their sons. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you gonna feel, man, I'm out there, be looking like a little girl crying. You got me hurt, got me messed up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it because they gonna know me. Like you say, your woman get to know you, know who you is, and you already know that about me. You know, I'm passionate about everything I love, so I'm a show.
For me, like I'm guilty of consoling. Like I'll console and hold my wife, pick her head up, or my daughter, or things like that. I'll get in tune with that. But when it's something directly affecting me, I'm guilty of bottling it in. I'm not gonna go, and that's probably one of the biggest problems we have. I don't communicate. I shut down when shit fuck with me directly. But for someone else, I want them to communicate, tell me what it is, so I can logically fix it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm going through, the struggle I'm going through. Because James, you know my father, like, that's that dude. He a G though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so and you met my dad. He's a man's man.
He's a brutally honest person. That's the way I was raised. So I don't know how to get in tune with that side when shit directly affects me. He always taught me to put my chin up, put my chest out, and deal with the shit and keep it away from my family. Don't let them know that the shit about to fall off the cliff. Stay the same. I mean, that's the way I was raised, man. You know what I mean? So,
but that's different from, you know what I'm saying, how did, like, you able to console your wife, you able to console your kids and talk to them, and they still look at you as daddy's strong or my husband's strong. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to your personal situation, as far as just you, but you still, I'm hearing what you're saying. So your wife is still wanting to console you and help you, but you're saying to yourself, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm gonna make it better for everybody. Like, you don't want, you care that she cares, but you don't want that help.
Right.
I think that's 90% of us.
Yeah, I just think it's just the way we're wired and the way we've been built from the times. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, like, we don't get to cry like we should. We don't get to show that emotional side. I mean, if from sports, I mean, T, like, you know what I mean? And I'm assuming that, you are, one of us. You know what I mean? I don't want to say the wrong words and everything like that. Of course, I want to be correct, but you know what I mean, what I speak. But At the end of the day, you one of us. So you already know what it is. You know what I mean?
Like even with death, like James, you last year you been in my grandmother's funeral. You know how close me and my grandmother was. I took care of her when she was going through dementia during her last days. So every day I was dealing with her, but I wasn't even worried about my feelings. I ain't shed a tear, nothing. I was worried about everybody else. You get what I'm saying? So that's just the type of person I am.
But the funny thing is, like,
hey, I hate to do this, y'all, but I gotta go.
oh man, it's all good.
I don't even want to stop talking to y'all, man.
So before you go, because we got
we're gonna do this again, man.
We definitely gonna do this again. But before you go, man, ladies, we're gonna talk to you guys about the other rounds. But before we go, we definitely want to know, who would you like to have a bar drinking entree with, Bishop?
Jay Prince.
And tell us why.
Oh man, the power that he got, and just the respect that he has for being a stand-up guy, being who he is, never having to change for nobody, not the government, not the police, not the neighborhood, not this, that, or third, not his own mom and dad. Just being yourself, man, and then getting that respect and then helping other people out of poverty, man, is a great feeling. Yeah, so I want to know how I can get that power to reach out to have people look at me in that certain way where, you know what, I can help people do this and help people do that. That's what I want.
Okay, cool. Before you walk off the set, man, we got to get a cheers, man. So get your glass real quick, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
I got it's downstairs. They wait.
Hey man, hurry up. Go get it.
I got 2 cups though.
I bet, man. Cheers to you, bro. Cheers to you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. And it's a beautiful situation where you can have a black host, a black co-host, black guests, black producers and creators, and y'all black asses on that picture in the background.
Hey man, I'm gonna get
Kenny, I'm proud of you, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Like, I gotta get up with you, man. I gotta come to one of your shows, man. So I'm gonna hit you, man.
All right, y'all be safe, man. Be safe, be smart, and be safe.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. All right, man.
All right. So, like you were saying, though, ladies, about T, what you were saying, man, because we can kind of get more in depth to it. You know, like for me, like, you know, like I said, like I remember one time, you know, my sister's father, when he came to pick me up from elementary school. You know, I ran up to him. And when I went to go hug him, I paused myself and I dapped him up, gave him 5, because that's what men do. Like, we're built on this thing of, you know, like I said, are you a man or your mouse? We're always built to be strong. We haven't been built to be, to show our emotions and everything like that. So, you know, for us, it's just one of those situations where it's just like, you know, this is what we are. This is who we've been all our lives. And then, like, you know, especially then sometimes you may hear women say, well, we don't want a soft man. We don't want nobody that shows emotion. I've heard people say, he a crybaby, he's soft, or, you know, he's always, you know, like he always say something like, oh, he always complaining. Nobody wants that in a man. So it's just one of those situations where you internalize everything, figure it out, and just keep moving.
But that stems from the type of men that she has been exposed to in her life as well, from the time that she was younger up until whatever age that may be. So my question is, when does it stop? It's like we get in this circle of we have to be this because this is what my father said, this is what my grandfather said, this is what my great-grandfather said. But when does an actual person get into their own being and create their own way?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's a hell of a question. I might have to use that.
When do we stop and say, okay, I know that my father, and of course, y'all know, no disrespect to anybody's parents or uncles, aunts, whoever paved the way. And I was telling T earlier that the people that came before us, the ones that care about us, they only did what they knew how to do when it came to us. So now we're in a realm, especially now, where we have the option to say, hey, yo, it's okay to maintain your level of masculinity, but when some shit hit the fan, it is okay to say, I'm not okay. And that goes for Black women, that goes for Black men, that goes for children, because what you do is you develop a cycle of people that think it's okay to just keep their emotions bottled up. And then you wonder where mental illness comes from.
Yeah.
So we have to be those people to step out and say, the next time somebody says, hey, are you really okay? No, I'm not. I'm not okay. I have to come home and deal with this. I got to figure out how the bills are going to get paid. And on top of that, I got to make sure that this person is okay and this person okay. What about us? How do we teach our sons and our daughters to open up emotionally so that they're not held captive like us? It is no reason why we should feel like we have to bottle our emotions when we are emotional beings.
Yeah, you're right. I think for us, and when it comes to men too, like, and I know Kenny, me and him gonna talk about it all the time. Every time we call each other or talk, or any of our homeboys, how you? I'm good. Even the days we're not, I'm good. That's just been our statement. And it's just that, it's hard to, as a man, to be vulnerable because, with a man being vulnerable, when somebody use that against you, or when you being vulnerable and it gets out to other people and it's used against you, it's like, that's why I don't do it. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like it's kind of like if me and my family, I'm trying to like give you a metaphor, Unique. It's kind of like if me and my family is in the house and we sleeping in the middle of the night, we hear some movement in the house, but we know everyone is upstairs in this room. I'm gonna feel just as much as I'm gonna have fear just as much as my daughters and my kids, but I can
compartmentalize.
Yeah, I can compartmentalize it and leave it somewhere and go and find out what the problem is. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I rather I'll deal with the situation. Fuck how I feel. I'm trying to logically fix this situation to find out where is this noise coming from. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like that, like.
Right. Yeah. I completely oh, go ahead, babe.
Oh, it took me to the age of 36 to literally have a conversation.
You 36?
I am.
Man, black don't crack.
Hey.
Man, I would never thought that.
Yes, 36. So it took me to the age of 36 to sit down and have a conversation with both of my parents. And I asked them as if I was the parent. I literally had a conversation with them and told them, I said, when I was growing up, I felt alone. My parents were together. They were married. They were in the same household, but I felt alone. I had to go and have a tough conversation with both of them. And I even asked my dad, and since we're on topic of men, I asked my dad, I think I remember him, and I'm a daddy's girl, like a daddy's girl. Mm-hmm. But I think my dad, I can remember my dad telling me he loved me when I graduated from high school, but I can't remember it before then.
Gotcha.
17 years old, my dad said, I love you. And so I said, why don't you ever, you never told me. He said, well, nobody ever told me. I love you because I do these things for you. Mm. And I had to understand when he sat me down, when I turned 36, we had a conversation. I said, well, Dad, what happened in your childhood that made you the way that you are? Because my dad does the same thing. It's just kind of like he's nonchalant. And for so long, I was the same way because that's all I knew. It was I'm in front of my dad all the time. So it was the mentality of a man's mentality. Like, don't show your emotions. Don't do those things. So
and it's funny that you say that, T, because for me, I come from a single parent, but my mom was the single parent. So she didn't have it. She didn't have time to sit there and cry in front of me. It is what it is. I got to get it. I got to make sure that my kids are taken care of. So my mother's like, if this don't work, I'll find another way to make it work. If this don't work, you just bounce back. You just keep going. You just, you make until it works. And so, it's the same thing with me in the sense of, my mom told me she loved me. She's fried. She's done all that. She hugs me. She gives me that comfort. But, she had to make sure that we were straight, me and my sister. So she didn't have time to show the emotions or time to break down in front of us. She always had to be strong. So that's just what I come from.
But the fact that she did not tell you, it in a sense molded the type of person that you are. So like for me, like when we have kids, there are things that I dealt with growing up. I'm like, something, I don't care how tough it gets or how this or how that, I'm going to be very transparent with my kids. I want to do certain things with them. I want to show them affection. I want to do these things because it took me so long to get to a point now. I'm like, man, I really found somebody I really want to spend the rest of my life with and all of these things. But it was never anybody else. I can sit there and point fingers at everybody else, but it was me.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit, I cried. I'll be down. I cry. I don't know if I don't cry. Like I cried when I would cry when my mom did stuff, but it was just one of those things. Like for me, like for a long time, it was just black and white. It wasn't no gray area. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, is that this or this? You know what I mean? So and that just comes from the way I was raised and everything like that. But yeah, like with my parents and all that, I've been emotional with family and friends. I've been emotional with hell no. Like for me. I have a struggle now with people say you might want to go therapy. No, I'm not. I just have a struggle with talking to a stranger about that. You know what I mean? I want to talk to my people that I trust. I think all that play a role. You know what I mean? Because I don't want nobody to see me sweat. I don't want nobody to see me vulnerable and use that against me. I just think that's what it really is.
Sometimes I think going to a therapist is good as
I'm not saying it's not.
It's good because you're giving your information to somebody that don't know you from nowhere. So they're not gonna use it against you. By law, they can't.
Mm-hmm. But just know that in your vulnerability, and this goes for all of us, it brings forth your healing. And when I say healing, I don't mean just you internally from things that have happened in your past when it comes to people that has been in your life, but also healing for your future. You're then able, when you become vulnerable, you're then able to easily relate to the people around you. It's easier to relate to your kids because now you don't have that barrier up to and feeling like you have to be. In our kids' eyes, and I don't have kids yet, but I have God kids, but in their eyes, you're already enough. The only thing they need you to do is teach them how to be vulnerable so that they can teach your grandkids how to be vulnerable.
Man. And I think
because I definitely understand with Black men, y'all have it so hard. Y'all have it so hard, man. When it comes down to everything, even all of the racial things that's going on right now, and you sitting in the house as a Black man, you can't even have emotions about that because it's like you still have to maintain, in the midst of all of this chaos, you still have to maintain that masculinity. But at some point, we need to find that healing. At some point, it's always good to have, whether it's a homeboy, whether it's an aunt or uncle, to go to and be like, hey, yo, man, I just need to get this out real quick. And then you can go back and be Superman, Batman, whoever, Robin, whoever the hell you want to be. But you have to have that cleansing for yourself. You have to have that, what is it called? Not compression.
What?
No, you have to have that compression and then decompress it.
Okay, I got you.
And continue to be the superhero that you are.
I definitely think as I got older, my mom helped me because my mom is very transparent. She's very open about everything, and that's helped me be and accept what's going on and become the person who I am, along with my dad and him being vulnerable as well. Him, when I met him and him crying and things of that nature when we hugged, and him praying over me, and him hugging me every time. Like those things have helped me become and shape me and make me whole. But like I said, I don't want to stay on this topic. I see Kenny picked up the shaking hands to move on to the next question. I like that, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Kenny, man. What's round two, man? Round two, man.
Round two, here we go. Round two. What important lesson did you learn in your previous relationship? Okay, what important lesson did you learn in your previous relationship? And how did it affect you in your new relationship? Did it help or hurt? I know I gave y'all 3 questions.
I mean, you can answer it all as one. It's just us, man. You in a safe space.
You go ahead and go first.
All right, my last relationship, I can say I learned 2 things. One, my expectations of someone. I can't want more for you than you want for yourself. And that's something I had to realize because I was really big on always wanting more for somebody else than what they wanted for themselves. If you don't see yourself being, let's just say this doctor, and you're okay with working at, no knock on anybody working at McDonald's, then, that's your thing. And I can't want that for you. And one thing she did told me, she said, you need to figure out what you want. And I'm like, I know what I want. What you talking about? Like, I'm good. You the one who all over the place. But she was absolutely right in that I needed to figure out exactly what I wanted because I kept attracting people. I kept attracting what I didn't want.
I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Understand it now. I will always say and speak it about what I don't want. And one thing I did when it came to her, I manifested her. I wrote down every last single detail as to what I wanted in a woman, and it was her.
Boom.
So
boom.
Yeah, see.
So you better come with it.
You better come with something.
My last relationship, it's just so much. One thing that I did learn about myself is that you cannot change somebody. You can see the world in them. You can see what they can become, but if they have aspects of themselves that's blocking that, it is nothing you can do. You have to allow them to go through their cycle, and you have to allow them to go through their ups and downs and their changes. And then if they come out to be the person that they're supposed to be, then that's what it is. But if they don't, you can't hold yourself accountable and guilty for that. And oftentimes in relationships, I found myself in a bad place because I spent so much time wanting them to be something. And it's like, they're not going to be it. If they want to be, they will. If they won't, then they won't. But you have to venture out for yourself and find somebody that is ready to elevate, because that's where you are. It was like I was in a stagnant situation. When you're in a stagnant situation, you got to move yourself out. You can't just stay there because you love them, you care about them. You got to move forward. And in return, you leaving might make them the person that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
you want me to go, Kenny, or you want?
Oops, sorry.
I mean, for me, I would say communication and patience is what I would learn. The lesson I was taught, and more so, if you grow apart and be conscious of when you grow apart, not to force it, because there ain't gonna be nothing but arguments, and you're gonna be miserable and things like that. I mean, just learn to accept it. I mean, everyone gets their heart broken, so it's not, you're not the only person in the world when your heart is gonna be broken. Don't be afraid. Just let it happen and deal with it, grow from it, and come back from it. And in the next relationship, just take those lessons learned and apply it.
For me, I'm gonna be very blunt. For me, what I learned is real talk. What I learned from my relationship is stop thinking that your shit don't stink. Like, and I'm not talking about the other person, I'm talking about me. Mm-hmm. All of us think highly of ourselves. We don't, and when you look at, and like a lot of us, and I don't want to categorize people, I always say that, but I think a lot of us tend to think that we don't want to see the bad side of us. Absolutely. When you look in the mirror, you always talk about your positive shit. You know what I mean? But when somebody bring up something, you're like, I don't do that, or that ain't me. You know what I mean? So, that was one thing that I had to understand. Stop thinking that your shit don't stink. Like, you got some shit with you too. Just as much as the person that you're dealing with got some shit with them, you got some shit with you. So, when you like, like that person do this or that person do that, I don't know if I can deal with that. This motherfucker got to deal with you too. This motherfucker got to deal with you too, and all your shit that you bring to the table. Right. So, that was one thing for me that I had to understand, like, stop thinking that your shit don't stink. You ain't perfect. Like, let's just talk about physical first. You want somebody that's proportion right. No, big breast, butt, no stomach, this, that, and the third. Natural hair, you know what I'm saying? Eyebrows. Don't wear makeup. Listen, bro, you know what I'm saying? Look at you. Like you have to, so, and that's one thing that I had to really do. And I had to check myself. Like, who are you to think that you just on this type of throne? And I mean, of course, I still believe that I'm on the throne because like, I still think that you should think highly of yourself, but still need to have some humility and still be humble. You know what I mean? So for me, that was the biggest thing, you know what I mean? Stop acting like your things don't stink. And then also like, one thing I also learned was to speak up. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just understanding that, you know, everything can't be bottled in or everything can't be in a situation where you'll just get over it. You know what I mean? You know, speak your piece. I know Tia asked about that, but speak your piece. You know, men, one of us, we don't want to be naggers. So I tend to call us tea kettles. Hold it all in. You know how that tea kettle whistle when it's time for you, when it let you know when that boiling point. Yeah, when that water is just right, you know what I mean? And then when you lash out, somebody looking at you like this. Man. So, and then another thing for me, it's a lot. You know, another thing I understood was, you know, I tell people now, I'm not a mind reader. Tell me, just talk to me. I don't plan on being a mind reader and I'm not gonna be a mind reader. So just tell me what it is. And I have to do the same. Yeah. Like, yes, I want you to know who I am. I know I said that in the last question that you asked. I want you to know who I am, but I also need to express that to you. Like, I can't just up and cuss you out after you think everything went right, and I cuss you out, and you looking at me like, this dude crazy. He crazy as hell. He just cussed me out for no reason. I didn't even know that was going on. So opening my mouth as well to speak on what's going on and doing it in a way where I don't offend you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Having a conversation where we're adults and not just yelling and, you know, telling you about yourself. And understanding I had to look in the mirror and understand what my flaws are to this person and asking that person, hey, you know, communication, like you said, Unique, like communication, like what is it that I can do to make this situation better or whatever, you know, just having that open dialect. So, you know, I just had to remember my biggest thing is just realizing that my shit do stink just as much as the next person.
Absolutely. It almost kind of make you want to ask, like, not that I would care, but like, what would, like, just putting them on this show, what would they say about you? That's the mindset you put me in. Like, don't act like your shit don't stink. You know what I mean?
So T, I know you about to say something. What you about to say, T?
One thing I will say, and I just only can speak for me personally, I think especially with some relationships that I had in the past, regardless at the end of the day, I know I'm a lesbian. I mean, it ain't rocket science, but I think there's a misconception of like who I am, because at the end of the day, I'm always going to be a woman. Right. You know, like I'm not going to, I hang out with the fellas. Like, I mean, that's pretty much like if I go out, I hang out with my homeboy, that's just what it is. I don't hang out with, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm still a woman and I understand that. And I think that even with some women that I've dated before in the past, like they kind of put me in this light of, you know, you the dude. You supposed to act like a dude. You supposed to do these things. But at the end of the day, we both women. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never going to come into or pretend like I know anything coming from a male's perspective. I'm not a man and I don't claim to be one.
Right. And like I said, that's why I said what I said initially earlier. Like, I just wanted to make sure I didn't offend you or anything like that, you know. No, I just wanted to make sure because like I said, you, like when I look at y'all situation, you one of the bros. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. Yeah.
You one of the bros. So but I just wanted to make sure that I was clear and correct in my statements. You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes we do tend to say, oh yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. She want the bro, blah, blah. And you might be like, nah. I'm still a woman. And these are the things that come with that. So, you know, I just didn't want to make sure that I just didn't categorize you like I said a couple of times, but.
Nah, I truly appreciate that. I peep that and I appreciate it. It's just like when I'm around my guys, I'm one of the bros. Like it is what it is. Just like my homeboy, he gonna come do a shoot and it's a bunch of ladies. I'm just like, I don't look at him like, I ain't say he one of the ladies, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you just blend in, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. I know he gonna be excited about it, but you know, it is what it is, so.
So, but yeah, so that's one of the things that I think that I had to realize, that humility, and not thinking that because we tend to be like, man, that person ain't do this and that person ain't do that, or that person brought this to the table and this and that. But then the first thing I had to ask was like, and my cousin always asked me, well, what did you do?
And see, that's a good, like, me and James been friends 25 years. And I told my side, and James was like, nigga, what the fuck you do? Like, what do, see, he'll tell me from the other side. So like, and tell me the type of shit, because he know the type of person I am. I can be real petty at times. So he'll tell me about myself. So
yeah, I just feel like, if I can't say that, if I can't have you thinking like that, and they're like, we ain't friends, you know what I mean? That's my brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, we friends, but that's my bro. Like, you know what I mean? Kenny, my bro. So my thing is like, what role did you play in it? Because we all got a role that we played in it, and we all can say what the other person did. You know what I'm saying? So when you, like what they say, when you point that finger, it's 3 pointing back at you. So you know what I mean? So what was your role in it? What did you do? You know what I mean?
My father told me that shit this week.
Yeah, like, so stop, like, and that's the biggest thing that I tell people: stop acting like your shit don't stink just as much as the person that you complaining about.
Exactly.
You want to go to the last round, man?
Hey man, that's why I just poured up, man. Last round, man. I got my glass ready, man, and
Let's do a shot.
I'm not doing no shot.
Oh no, I ain't.
I ain't doing
I'm gonna get you to do a shot.
But I know the bishop had to go because he had a show. But ladies, one thing I want to ask you guys before we do the shot, man. Let's toast to something, man. Everybody will go around around the table and say what they're toasting to. So Unique, what would you like to toast to?
I just want to toast to being alive around time, because it didn't have to be that way. And just for everybody moving toward their dreams and goals. I think it's wonderful what you guys are doing, what T has going on, and keep it up.
Cool. T, what about you? Where your glass at? There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
She got this much in there.
It's all good. You still got something in the cup.
Exactly. Definitely for being alive, and just the opportunities, for us, especially us people of color, coming together doing something positive. She don't talk about herself that much, but she's coming out with her video podcast in January, which I'm extremely.
Oh,
you better make sure we on the show. You know what I mean?
Hey, absolutely.
She's doing that. She about to tap into the modeling world as well.
That's dope, man.
Things as well. So and she's on her makeup thing too. So I'm very proud of her. So I definitely want to celebrate her, as I try to do that every day. So definitely.
dope.
Kenny.
Life, positivity, and just love, man, unity for everyone, especially these days and times, and where this country is at. So that's what I'm toasting to.
Cool. For me, everybody that's here right now, and even Bishop, man, success to all of y'all, man. We all can eat.
Exactly.
We all can eat, man. I want to be that guy that, like, we all got our time. You know what I mean? So you just stay in your lane and you ride your lane. In time, you will get what you're supposed to get. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that everybody that's on this pod, like I said, and even Bishop, even though he had to go early, man, y'all get what we all can win. So for me, it's just toasting to everybody winning.
Yes.
Everybody winning, man.
Everybody winning.
Hey.
Win no matter what. Y'all should have played that.
Do it.
You know, talk to the editor. Get that edit in right there.
So we hit third round, last call. Like I said, we do the toast, man. We did it. So with you guys, T, let's start with you. Who would you like to have a bar, drink, and entree with?
Kobe Bryant.
Jeez, that's big. Kobe.
Oh.
Okay, so tell me why.
I've been a Kobe fan since he got in the league. It was around the time when I was getting into college, playing ball, and just his mentality. So I that Mamba mentality is just in everything I do in life. And just embodying that, that Mamba mentality and understanding, what it takes to be great. I mean, I was so obsessed to the point where I name everything greatness, you know, and I think of Kobe is like my Wi-Fi is greatness, you know what I'm saying? When I unplug the phone, it say greatness, you know what I'm saying? So just his mentality, I mean, he was very, very, very intelligent. And when he passed, and I never seen this before, because even like when Whitney Houston, even with Michael Jackson, when they passed, when Kobe died, it's almost like the world stopped.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the type of impact that he had on the world, incredible.
It stopped.
You know, and it was just his spirit. It's just how the type of person he was. You know, so if I had opportunity to have a drink with somebody, it definitely will be him. Just a.
But even because you said that, this just came to me like, because I can never understand like how a person that positive, it would be had that his life be cut short like that. But like looking at like you 36, so you've seen Michael Jordan play. We thought that he was untouchable. Wasn't nobody gonna come even close to him. Here's a guy like Kobe that was born in, you know, birth and came in the league and said, I want to be better than the top guy, you know, and gun for it and got right there even with him. So, I mean, you look at Kobe Bryant's life, you could look at it and say, for any young kid that's growing up, you can look at, set a goal, see something that's on top of the world and out of this world that's that far great, and aim for it, and you can actually be right there with it. And that's Kobe Bryant's life.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the fact that he became a big advocate for girls basketball the way that he did and women's basketball. I mean, it was just incredible for me. You know, that was my guy.
Yeah. So and it's funny you said it because the guys that, as you can see, it says Bar Drinks and Entrees podcast. The guys that came up with it, Future of the Retro. That's their thing. They always do the sign. You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
That's their thing, man. So that's what they do. That's how they greet each other. You're welcome. They big, you know what I mean? The Kobe thing. And then the guy, one of the guys is his name. One guy's named Fred. We call him Pup, and the other guy's named Frenchie. I believe that Frenchie named his daughter's middle name Kobe.
Yeah.
Our dog named Kobe.
No.
Unique. What about you, man? Who'd you like to have a bar drinking entree with? I know I don't know we asked that question last time.
No, we didn't. I don't think so. I think we did another one, but go ahead.
I would definitely say Rihanna. And I say it because it's like her business mentality is she literally made a life of music, and then on the side she created generational wealth. So I would just sit with her and just want to know, like, what is it? What is it that you got? Because I want that. I want to be able to say, yeah, my kids are set, their kids are set, and their kids are set. You know, I want to thing, and I also want to impact the world. I mean, she came out with a lingerie line that fits every type of woman.
Yeah.
If color, she got it. It doesn't matter whether you're a homosexual male. It doesn't matter whether you're a straight male. It doesn't matter your size, your age. She has it for you. And I thought that was completely amazing. And then after she created all of this, she walked on the stage like, yep. That I didn't do because I got the makeup. I got the lingerie.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're right.
I would definitely want to sit down and talk to her because I truly think that is a very, very powerful thing. And she did it with her own creativity. It was nobody in the middle. It was her God-given talent. So I think that is really amazing. I want to be able to change the world like that.
That's dope. And you will change the world, man. You just gotta think like it. You gotta think like it. You gotta walk it. Think like it and walk in it, man.
Don't ask no questions. Just go get it.
Now that's your goal. Think like it and walk like it, man. Affect the world. No matter how you do it, just affect it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we here, man. We at the end, Kenny, man. Another successful show. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Bar Drinks and Entrees on our YouTube channel. You can catch us on Spotify. That was on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Kenny, did I miss anything?
No, we're on all streaming platforms. So Anchor, You said it all, man. So all audio streaming platforms. We check our YouTube channel out, Bar Drinks and Entrees. Click the link in the bio on our Instagram, which is right here at Bar Drinks and Entrees. So you can see all the if you want to do visual, you can see it. If you want to do audio, all the audio streaming platforms.
We also, as you can see, Kenny got a hat on, man. We got some apparel too, man. Like,
Yeah,
listen, man, we just trying to move it, man.
yeah, most definitely.
Listen, the only thing I ask you to do is tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Absolutely.
And another one in the books, Bar Drinks and Entrees,
Episode
season 2, episode 18, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys.
We love y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.